What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today I'm at the Great Central Railway for their last hurrah gala. As I arrive, we see their standard 2MT waiting at the platform of the goods train, and on the other platform, the DMU, idling ready for the first train of the day. Down on the second track, they had a few diesels lying around, and they also had a visiting HiMac ready for a day of running as well. Got a few nice pictures and videos of the locomotives they've got lying around at the end there. Got 45, I think it was, a 37 and a Bronc, and a few others. There's the HiMac rumbling past to go along to the depot. And guess which idiot decided to do his intro here, I think. Anyway, because I got no audio while voicing this. It's nothing. It's just me talking, just staring at a screen for 33 minutes straight. I'm getting bored. Yeah, I hopped on the DMU and got a nice picture of the cab, and then got a passable video of the haul arriving on the other track, and then immediately resumed position, as I should do, at the window to film as we went along. The steam drifting from the other track, where I think they had a standard 5 waiting. The HiMac was also waiting on that platform, just run rounds to pick up some coaches. I changed to the other side of the train to get some nice shots of houses. A bit of wonky video there and a bit of finger, love it. Got a bit of a long video here as we rumbled under a bridge, and the approach of the standard 5. Yeah. Lovely bit of wonky video there for you as well. Now we change setting to the other side of the train, and we've got a nice bit of just wildlife photography. Not my finest bit of work, you know. I'm more a trained photography guy, but it works. Yeah. Rumbled over a bridge. I've got a few houses in the distance. On the approach to Cornwood House. Rumbling under the bridge, alongside their island platform there. So yes, and in their siding there at Quorn, they just had a selection of goods wagons and things like that. So yeah, that's about it. They also had a model railway thing in the gazebo tent, I think. I can't remember, I didn't go in there. Yeah. So yeah, that's about it. Another nice bit of scenery photography. It's just a lovely part of the world, that landscape, isn't it? Up near Leicester and Loughborough. Yeah. And I got shots out over the reservoir, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And there's the reservoir for you. Alright, and in the distance there we can see their shunting yards. That's where they store a lot of their stock. It's a big old place that. Yeah. We rumbled in. I was stood at the window for a long time. My fingers were freezing. Yeah. Then, nothing, no station there or anything, just rumble on straight through. And I think there was like a little worker's shack next to the signal at the end. I'll be wrong. Never mind. Yeah, right. Approach to Rothley, where the DMU terminated because it was just shuttling back and forth between Rothley and Loughborough. So yeah. pulled into the beautiful station that is Rothley. It's just a lovely railway there, Great Central. Where I disembarked, had a little look around, filmed the 27, I think it is, I might be wrong, shout at me if I'm wrong in the comments. Came through on a goods train, pretty sure, yeah, goods train. And yeah. Then I got a little bit of footage of the Standard 2, the other Standard 2, which was just parking up in the yard to get out of the way of the glorious little pug, which then came steaming along from Leicester North. And, just listen, it's got a lovely noise, that little engine. Yes. Recording. Voicing a video. Pardon? Yep, will do. Okie dokie. Truck does make a good noise. The pug arrived with the passenger train, as I stated. Beautiful noise, such a lovely industrial noise. So I hopped on the train that just arrived, the pug, and we went on our way back to Loughborough Central. That's the one. Panning video and a picture of the pug. and then I hopped onto the train behind the Standard 5, and we went back up all the way to Loughborough North, Leicester North even, I believe. Very wonky bit of video here for you. I think I just said it in my accent, I'm not sure. Here, I didn't film the approach to Horn, and rather I just filmed passing. Beautiful noise. And here as the train was stopped, I looked out the window as far as I and carried on and just finished off the last little approach to Rothley. Yeah. The Rothley on the railway. Cafe Kensington. I then changed the side of the train that I was on to film the Standard 2 arriving. Pulling in with the passenger train, that's the north. As it disappeared, hi Mac really there.
Hi Mark.
Through the steam. Right. I was then stood at the window for 6 minutes straight waiting for the train to leave, with 1 minute long bits of video, before I eventually got the one where we started to move. That was boring, my hands were getting very cold, but it did mean that I didn't miss the whistle and the move of the train, first move. Single track down to Leicester North. The hall had to jump out of our way into the sidings. There's the hall.
Awfully familiar
video
spot.
This is the piece that I took summer this year. Exact same location, so that's cool. I filmed the 27 and iMac passing us. Sorry, I'm 27. But oh well, it's fine. Yeah, back on the double track now, on our way back to Form, having not filmed our arrival roughly, because my hands were cold and I was sat at the table with the windows. think it is. We're about to have a standard 2 double header. Never mind, that's the approach to Loughborough, and turned out I didn't film the corner either. Don't judge me, please. I filmed this like 4 weeks ago. It took me way too long to learn. And then got the standard 5 running around. And then I managed to get myself on a shed tour.
The box actually is a square open bottom frame, and the surface that sits on the steel journal there is cast into the top of the actual box and it's stored efficiently.
Then I filmed the return of the standard 2 double header. And filmed the arrival of a freight train. Love it. I then got probably dangerously close to the standard 2 as it went past. and I got deafened by the standard 2 as it pulled away because they're still in the train. They're very noisy. And it ran around, got some water, and puffed off up the line, I assume to go sit out of the way on a passenger train somewhere. Don't know. Then I filmed the arrival of the DMU. Got on the DMU to just keep riding trains, you know, and the standard 2 backed down again. I don't know where it went, but I think it ran around to collect the freight train sat in the opposite line, which was currently had the pug on the front. Then the standard 5 run past us as well. After this, I disembarked the DMU at Rothley and filmed the arrival of the standard 2. point I was losing the light and I didn't have long left to stay. Still managed to get a little bit more. filming in there.
University of Women.
That was the standard 2 party. It was a terrible whip down. And then so did the pug. As the pug headed the last train of the day, way too much to spare. It was just venting from both safety valves. It was insane. Then the other standard 2 arrived back with second train there, then the program round, hooked onto those coaches, and sat waiting on the platform for about 15 minutes. They pull puffed back to the shed. And here's a video of the pug just venting all of its steam. It was insane. Alright guys, thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure, and catch me next time where I'm at the NEC. I'll see you then.